Do you ever feel like you've done tons of personal development and so many areas of your life have radically changed, but for some reason the money piece just hasn't fallen into place yet, and maybe you feel like you're just still struggling with money? If so, you are absolutely not alone. Today I'm going to share with you in this video the 15 top mistakes that I see clients making before they come to me that keep them struggling with money. Hi, if we haven't met before, I'm Harvey. I help coaches, creators, and entrepreneurs to change their relationship with money so that they can make more, save more, and ultimately create the freedom in their life that they really desire. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel to keep getting videos like this. The number one mistake that I see people making is getting sucked into consumerism. Now, this isn't something that I actually talk about very often at all, but it's a really big problem in today's society. Getting sucked into consumerism, into thinking that you need these new things to feel better. You need a new laptop, a new iPhone, new AirPods, new clothes, all of this kind of stuff. This sucks up your financial resources. So many people spend all of or most of their disposable income on consumerism, and you absolutely just can't get ahead if you're always just buying new stuff that you don't really need. If you want to get ahead, you have to break the consumerism cycle. You need to just actually stop exposing yourself to it. It is such a slippery slope when you're looking through shopping malls and you're seeing things in the window you like, and then you feel like you want it and it creates this desire. And it's the same with online shopping. So you just actually want to cancel out those things. Just don't go to the shops. Just don't go on online stores. Block the ads from online stores so you're not being confronted with it. And what you'll find is then you actually just don't want those things because you're not constantly seeing them, and that's what's creating the desire. So really getting out of consumerism is going to make such a big difference because it's going to free up so much financial resources for you. Number two is a similar thing, and that is buying things that you can't afford. This is something that has become so accepted in our society, and it's a really big problem, and it's a really big drain on your finances. You're absolutely just never going to get ahead if you keep buying things you can't afford. So an example of that is when you've got credit card debt and then you take out a car loan for a new car. That is just ridiculous. I'm sorry, that's my kind of tough love. That's ridiculous, and that is not a smart financial decision. If you keep taking out this bad debt being debt that makes you poorer, not richer, so that is, taking out debt on your credit card for something, buying stuff that's just goes down in value, then you're not going to get ahead because you've got to keep trying to keep up with that. You've got all of these financial commitments now that you have to make money for in order to pay off. That's the hamster wheel. So don't buy things you can't afford. Make yourself wait, make yourself put that money aside in an account until you can pay for it in full to actually buy it. And then this will also help test whether this thing is actually worth that much to you. Is it really worth you putting that much aside in your bank account for 6 months before you can buy it, rather than paying it off after you've bought it? It's going to be a really good test. So don't buy things that you can't afford. Number three is not planning to invest. A lot of people I work with feel like investing is out of their reach. They don't know how to do it. They wouldn't know how to get started. There's a lot of fear around making bad investments and scams and schemes and all of that kind of thing. But if you do want to get ahead financially, you do need to get into investing. So all you have to do to begin with is just start to have a mindset shift that you are going to start investing. You are going to be an investor. You're going to be a great investor. And the first step could just be that mindset shift. And then the next step could just be starting to get educated. It doesn't mean you have to start investing straight away, but just start planning to invest. The fourth mistake that I see people make is making a really restrictive budget. Restrictive budgets, like restrictive diets, don't work. And you break the budget, maybe you go out and have a huge splurge, just like with the diet, you go and buy a whole packet of chocolate cookies, and then you lose trust in yourself. You feel like you can't stick to it, you're not good enough, and then you just completely discard it. You stop trying to monitor your spending at all, and you completely give up on it, and you completely give up on yourself as well because you don't think that you can stick to anything. So restrictive budgets are completely self-sabotaging. And on the other side of the coin, number 6 is not having a meaningful plan for your money. So while you don't want to have a restrictive budget, you do want to have a meaningful plan that is going to give you guidance. It's going to be like a compass that's going to help you use money, your financial resource, in alignment with your values and goals. But something that's realistic, something that is expansive, not contracting. So it's not about restricting. It's just about allocating your resources in the most effective way to create the life that you want to create. So you definitely want to have a really effective plan. And honestly, this is one of the most transformative things for my clients, and especially people that do the Wealth Worthy Journey, my online program. Actually getting real with the numbers and creating a meaningful plan with your money is a total game changer. Number 7 is not addressing your thoughts and feelings. So a lot of the time when we're not hitting our financial goals, or we're not taking the actions that we know we need to be taking, maybe we're procrastinating, we have this tendency to just beat up on ourselves and feel bad about ourselves. But there is a reason that you're not following through. There's a reason that you're not hitting those goals. There's a reason that you're not taking the actions you know you need to take. And that can be found in your thoughts and feelings, because that's what drives all of your actions. So it is so important to actually, rather than beating up on yourself, address the thoughts and feelings that are underneath, create change there, and that's going to help you create the shift in the actions that you're taking and the results that you're manifesting in your life. Number 8 is expecting things to change overnight. So if you listen to half the gurus out there, they're going to tell you that you should be able to manifest the business of your dreams and make $1 million in a year or 2 years or 3 years. You should be able to make 6 figures in your first 6 months. All you have to do is want it, put your mind to it. All of this kind of garbage. Like, there's truth in it, but also there is so much more to it, and it is so sabotaging to so many people. I have absolutely experienced this, and I have worked with so many people who have also really fallen for this idea that it should happen overnight, it should happen straight away, and if it's not, there's something wrong. And then what happens is that you think there's something wrong with you, and you lose trust in the process, you lose trust in yourself, and you procrastinate, you freeze, you give up, you go into contraction. So expecting it to happen overnight and for you to get where you want to overnight is so sabotaging. It will make the world of difference when you can release those expectations. Number 9 is not defining your future vision. So when you don't have a future vision that gives you a why, that gives you a purpose, that is a really strong anchor for where you're heading, it can be really hard to stay focused on creating change in your financial situation. So easy to get distracted by things that are more important to you in your life. So that's why you have to really connect the money to what it is creating in your life. What's your future vision? Is it to be able to travel all year with your business? Is it to be able to support your family with your business, or to give really generously to causes that matter to you? What's your future vision that's actually giving all of this work meaning to you? It's really important, because that's going to help you stay focused, on track, and it's going to help you have that motivation to move through what your blocks are, to move through those hurdles and those obstacles and those challenges. Because if you just think about money for money's sake, it's not very motivating, it's not very meaningful, and you're easily going to get distracted by other things in your life. Number 10 is not being aware of your numbers. So it's all very well and good to go through the inner stuff, to work through your thoughts and feelings and emotions, which you absolutely must do, but you have to connect that with the tangible. You have to start to know, what are my numbers? What is it that I spend money on? How much money is coming in? And how can I allocate this resource, being money, in the most effective way for my life? So knowing your numbers is such an important piece to actually creating a shift in your finances. You've got to get real with the tangible as well. Number 11 is thinking that you don't have enough. Thinking that you don't have enough right now is feeling separate from having enough. When you feel like you don't have enough, you are going into stress emotions, you're behaving like you don't have enough, you're potentially not feeling like you're worthy of having more, and then you just manifest more, not enough. It is actually such an important piece to feel wholeness in the present moment right now. That might sound a little weird to some of you, but to find the space of wholeness and enoughness and gratitude for where you are right now. And from that place, that creates the expansiveness for more. That is a receptive mode for more, both in terms of what you attract, but also just your behavior, your body language, what you put out there, the way you engage with people. That all affects what you receive back. So feeling like you don't have enough right now does keep you stuck and in struggle. So finding that wholeness right now, really finding completeness in having enough. And of course, that you are in the process of creating and expanding to create more. Number 12 is not having organized, clear savings and spending accounts. So when you have all your money lumped in together and you don't really know where everything is, it's really hard to actually change your situation. It's really hard to get ahead because you don't know what your situation is. You don't know where there's money or what it's for. You don't know how to effectively make decisions because there's all this money just kind of lumped in together or scattered about. And therefore it's just kind of this chaotic energy and this chaotic experience. When you have your accounts organized and you know, okay, this money's for this money's for this, okay, I don't have enough money here yet to buy this thing or to invest in this thing. I need to, save some more money here. Okay, that's motivating for me to actually make the money to get there, and that's going to help me do this. That clarity is absolutely going to help you get ahead. It's going to help you make more money. It's going to help you save more money. It's going to help you make more effective decisions. It's so key for your money to be organized and clear. Number 13 is not planning your income ahead. So especially when you have your own business and your income varies from month to month, you want to plan your income ahead. This is such a game changer. This has been such a game changer for so many of my students in the Wealthworthy journey as well, because sometimes you might be running a course and all of this income will be coming in here, but then for this next month, you don't actually have a lot of income planned coming in. But if you just got sucked into the high of all of this money coming in and you spent it all, then the next month you would go into famine, scarcity. Oh my God, I don't have enough. And it's just kind of like this roller coaster ride. And that's not very motivating. You haven't planned how to effectively, manage the money that you've had coming in. You're not getting ahead. You still feel like you're struggling. You don't know what you're doing wrong. You're losing trust and faith in yourself. You're not sure if it's working, all of that kind of stuff. If you can actually just plan out the months ahead, even just 3 months, and you can see, okay, I've got a stack of income coming in here, not so much here. I need to put some aside so I can still pay myself in that next month, okay? Over here, I still don't have that much coming in. Maybe I need to put on a course in that month, or maybe I need to find some more one-on-one clients in that month. And then you just can create this smoothness, ease, and flow just by looking ahead and seeing what income you have coming in and making adjustments when you need to. Number 14 is not paying yourself a clear wage. So this also comes back a little bit to separating your business and personal spending. So when you just transfer your personal account money willy-nilly from your business account, everything's just kind of mixed in together and you don't know how to make effective decisions. You don't know how much money you're going to have coming into your account this month, next month, the month after, and it's actually really difficult to manage your money. A far more effective way to do it, and a way that's also going to help you invest in your business really effectively, is to actually just pay yourself a wage. Just say, okay, I'm going to pay myself $500 a week or $1,000 a week, or $50 a week, depending where you're at with your business, and you just transfer that from your business account into your personal account. Then you know how much to expect in your personal account. Then you can effectively plan your personal spending, when you're going to go on a holiday, how much you're going to save, all of this kind of thing. It becomes easy because you know what to expect. And then what's left over in your business account, you can keep saving and accumulating. And then okay, this is how much I want to invest in my business in the next month, and all of that kind of thing. So paying yourself a wage is a really effective way to manage your business and personal money. And number 15, the final mistake that I see people make is focusing on the money too much. Now, this might sound kind of weird for me to say since I'm trying to help you with your money, but sometimes people just get way too tunnel visioned on the money and set and focused on, I want to make this much money. How can I make this much money? And it's all about the money. Money is an effect, not a cause. You need to actually be focusing on the ways that you're creating that money. What value are you offering up in exchange for that money? So absolutely set the intention that you want to make $5,000 or $10,000 this month, but then focus on the ways that you can offer, like deliver value in exchange for that money, rather than focusing on that $5,000 or that $10,000, because that's just kind of doesn't really make sense. You need to focus on, okay, you know, how can I serve this many more clients? How can I reach this many more people? And, you know, inspire people that do want more help to, you know, enroll in my program or work with me one-to-one. And focusing on that, focusing on what you're giving rather than getting, is so much more effective to actually bring that money in, right? So focusing on what am I giving? How can I give and then in exchange for that, receive that money, then rather than how can I get? That's also a real scarcity kind of mentality to be in as well, this get. So they are my 15 top mistakes that I see people making. I hope that delivered some insight for you. I would love to hear in the comments below any ahas that you've had from listening to this, maybe if there's any that stood out for you. I'd love to hear it in the discussion below. And as I mentioned, I've put some links to some other videos that are related to this in the description below if you want to check them out as well. And if you did like this video and you want to keep getting content like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.